Hi, Mrs. Horning's class. We are going to keep reading. The team just got interviewed by the TV crew, so they're interviewing them. Elena Rodriguez, age 12. Rodney Mazul, age 11 and a half. That got a laugh. Miss Ochoa continued, and seated in front of me is the championship team. Please tell me your names as well. My name is Claire Wilson, and I'm 11, and I got more right than anyone else on the team. Good for you, Miss Ochoa said. I know you studied hard for this. The reporter moved quickly to Rose. And you are? Rose Spencer, age 11, Rose said, sounding shy. What stands out for you this evening? The reporter asked as the camera moved in closer. I was on last year's team, and we lost by only a few points, so it's really exciting to win this time. I'm very proud of our team, Rose was beaming. Great answer, and we're proud of you as well, Miss Ochoa said. And now to this tall young man. What's your name, sir? She asked Connor. Connor Bates. Hi, Mom. Connor spoke loudly into the mic. Do you remember the hardest question you were given tonight? The reporter asked him. I thought all the questions were super easy, Connor said with a grin. I missed a few on purpose so the other contestants wouldn't feel bad. Miss Ochoa burst into a tinkly laugh. How does it feel to be on a team with your very special team members? She asked. Hey, Melody is okay. She's really smart. Let me introduce you to, but I wasn't about to let him steal my thunder. My name is Melody Brooks, and I'm 11 years old. My machine said loudly and clearly. The reporter looked amazed. Well, this is astounding. How does it feel to be part of the winning team, Melody? I pressed my key for super. She laughed. Was it difficult to study and prepare for the competition? Miss Ochoa asked. No, lots of people helped me. What was the hardest part about participating tonight? Hoping I wouldn't mess up. She smiled. We all feel like that sometimes. Are you excited about traveling to Washington, D.C.? Oh, yes. Have you ever been there before? No. How will being on the winning team change your life at school? I thought that was a good question. Not much, I admitted, but the reporter waited patiently while I looked at the time to tap the right words. Maybe kids will talk to me more? I talk to her all the time, Claire interjected. Both Rose and Connor looked at her with frowns. Huh? Rose said. Miss Ochoa moved away from me and moved to Claire. So you consider yourself to be Melody's friend? Oh, absolutely, Claire said with a bounce of her cinnamon-colored curls. She and I eat lunch together every day and test each other on questions for the quiz team. Melody is a lot smarter than she looks. Rose raised her hand to speak, but the reporter shook her head. I'm so sorry, but we're out of time, she told Rose. To the camera, she said, in addition to a great group of kids, we've just met two remarkable young women, best friends in spite of their differences, and members of the winning Washington-bound Whiz Kids quiz team. Congratulations to you all. I was stunned. Claire? Now, we all know that Claire is not very nice to Melody usually. In the midst of all the commotion, Mr. Deming seemed to get an inspiration. Let's go out to dinner to celebrate, he announced as the last of the studio lights were turned off. Great idea, Connor said immediately. I'm starving, said Amanda. Even though I wasn't on camera, I've been too nervous to eat all day. Me too, Elena added. How about linguinis, Connor suggested. There you've got all-you-can-eat spaghetti. Leave it to Connor to know all the best places to eat. They might go out of business after you show up, Connor, said Mr. Deming with a laugh. Don't go embarrassing me now. Don't worry, Mr. D. My max is about 12 bowls of spaghetti. Linguini's is perfect, Rose's dad said. It's walking distance just around the corner from the studio. These kids deserve a special night out. I looked at Mom, not sure if this was a good idea. Then Elena walked over to me and said, You'll come too, won't you, Melody? Yeah, Melody, Rose added. Come with us. You did really great tonight. We wouldn't have won without you, Connor said as he buttoned up his coat. Their words made me feel like one of the helium balloons that some families had brought. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Molly said, glancing at Claire. Balloons do pop. You weren't up there, Connor reminded Molly. So, you coming or not? Rose asked. Sure, I tapped. It will be fun. I glanced at Mom again, who nodded. Dad took Penny home, and Mrs. B gave me a hug and promised she'd see me in the morning. The air was brisk, and the conversation silly as we headed for the restaurant. How many windows do you think are in that office building? Connor shouted, pointing to the tallest one he could see. 5,274, Rose answered. Man, you're good, Rodney said. How did you know that? How do you think I got on the quiz team? Rose told him. I've got smarts. She's just guessing, Molly told Rodney. You believe anything. The restaurant had been in that location for years. The outside entrance was designed to look like a bistro from the small Italian village. Painted grape leaves and tiny white lights decorated the bricks around the door. The door. When Connor's dad opened it for everyone to enter, Connor and Rodney bound up the steps. The steps. 5 stone steps led upstairs to the dining area. Everyone, including Mr. Deming, rushed past me and Mom. Finally, Connor's dad, the last to go up, looked at me, looked at the stairs, and the light bulb came on. Do you need some help? He asked. He was large, like his son. I bet he could swallow a few bowls of pasta as well. Mom replied, would you be so kind to ask the employee where their wheelchair ramp is located? As if glad to have something to do, Mr. Bates dashed up the steps. Mom and I sat there in the cold, alone. A waiter dressed in black rushed down moments later. I'm so sorry. We have an elevator in the back, but it went on the fritz this afternoon. The technician is coming to fix it first thing in the morning. That's not going to help us tonight, is it? Mom told him. Her voice was tight, but not angry. I'd be glad to help you carry her up the steps, he offered. No, I tapped. My eyes begged Mom. Mom told him, just hold the door for us, young man. We'll be fine. He did just that. Mom turned her back to the stairs, got a good grip on my chair, tilted it back slightly, and took a deep breath. I was so glad we had decided on the manual chair this morning. Mom gently rolled the back wheels up the edge of the first stone step. Pull, roll up, bump, first step. Pull, roll up, bump, second step. She paused and took another breath. We'd done this many times. Finally, she finished the 4th and 5th step. Then we finally rolled into the dining room, which was crowded with noisy, laughing customers. Over here, Melody, Mr. Deming called as he saw us. Mom led me over to our very large table, and I was relieved to see that the group had left a spot for me. With all the kids on the team, plus their parents, we took up a pretty big chunk of the table space in the place. In some restaurants, the tables are too low for my chair, but this time I was able to slide perfectly into place. Mom helped me take off my coat, then sat in the seat next to me. She gulped the water from her glass and asked for a refill. The waitress began to take orders. Rodney and his parents ordered a large mushroom and onion pizza. We're vegetarians, Rodney explained. I had no idea. Can I get a steak, Dad? Connor asked. His dad slapped him on the back. Sure, I think I'll have one myself. For this one night, you can get anything you want. Connor's eyes got large. A whole chocolate cake? You'll barf, boy, his dad replied. I want the pasta delight, Rose told the waitress, with extra cheese. Me too, said Amanda. May I have the spaghetti and meatballs, please? Elena asked. Claire and Molly both ordered lasagna. When the waitress got to me and Mom, I was ready. I'll have mac and cheese, please, I made Elvira say. The waitress looked a little surprised since most of the machine was tucked under the table, but she was cool and acted as if she had gotten orders from Meditalkers every day. Sure, hun, coming right up. You want some salad with that? No, thanks. She gave me a real big smile, then took Mom's order. Only my mom would order baked fish at an Italian restaurant. As we waited for our food, the cheerful mood continued. Our tables were covered with white paper instead of tablecloths, so everybody, including the adults, had been given crayons and markers. Look at this. I drew a giant monster rabbit, Connor said. He glanced at Rose's drawing, then added large green teeth to his own. And it's going to eat that wimpy bug you just drew, he told her. Rose laughed. Well, this is a poisonous spider, and it's going to bite your silly old rabbit. Rodney and Connor then lined up all the salt and pepper shakers and started tossing sugar packets over the barricade with forks and spoons as catapults. I noticed that Claire, who was sitting next to Rodney, was strangely quiet and didn't even pick up a crayon. Alrighty, guys, we're going to stop there. We'll continue next time. See ya.